Hello, everyone. I'm Richard Weil, and I am the principal and owner of National Restaurant Consultants. And we welcome you in to the NRC Helpful Moment number 115. It's an amazing number. And of course, today we always have Mr. Brian Devine from Cafe Fuel and Top Line Management. Hello, Brian. How are you today?
I'm terrific, Richard. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing really well here. Little springtime hoping across the country here and keep things going. Today, it's about getting her done and let's get this thing reopened. We're seeing a lot of changes across the country with local jurisdictions being given better control of making decisions about capacity, opening up 50%, 75%, in some cases 100%. One of the things that we're recommending is customer perception. Make sure that while masks may not be required of guests any longer, let's make sure that you're doing the right thing with your team and your staff. It's a perception issue, and if customers think that your staff wearing a gloves or wearing a mask is still a good thing for a little while longer, it's not a bad thing. You don't want to give any customer the opportunity to feel uncomfortable or to say no. And that could always be taken down the line, even to vaccinations. And we're not going to get into vaccinations today. Lots of data going on out there about vaccinations. And probably next week, after we see a little bit more information, we'll have a little more insights and conversations about vaccinations and your staff and what that looks like as far as mandating. Don't mandate is what we're recommending. But still, I think it's a great thing to be considering for the health and well-being of your staff. And as you think back to the NRC Helpful Moments going all the way back a year ago, especially when we started to reopen last April, May into May, your staff was the number one priority, and it should still be the number one priority of making sure you're taking care of your staff. So that's what our component is on the operations side. I'm going to flip over to Brian, and he's got some great messages about instant messenger, et cetera, on the marketing side. So Brian, please take it away.
Absolutely. So I was really debating on what to cover today, and I had two really good ideas, but I think let's keep this really short and sweet because this is something that I have come up against a lot lately, and that is your use of Facebook Messenger on your Facebook page. So if you were to go to your Facebook page, not as the owner, but as a visitor, a user, and you can actually change that right there when you are looking at your page. I want you to see what happens with your Facebook Messenger, because what might be happening without you even realizing it is that it is popping up and saying, would you like any of this information? And it might say, do you want our hours? Do you want directions? Do you want our menu? And that is because Facebook has recognized that you're a restaurant and they are providing that for you as a service. But if you don't have someone monitoring that, well, it might be days or weeks before you get back to someone. And that is worse than not having it at all. So what I'm suggesting is that you make a choice between one of two options. Number one, go to your Facebook and make sure that either number one, you turn the Facebook Messenger pop-up off, and it's just a setting where you can say, yeah, I don't want to engage people directly on my Facebook page. Turn that off if you don't have a way to engage with people. Number two is decide that you can actually engage with people, leave that on, and make sure that once a day at minimum, somebody is going on there and checking to see if there is someone who's looking for a menu or looking for directions or looking to see what reservations you might have. What I recommend is that if you choose option two, set up what's called a bot. There is a tool that is
Spell that.
Yeah, B-O-T, bot. Okay, so it's called a chat bot. And that is something you can get from ManyChat. It's M-A-N-Y-C-H-A-T, ManyChat. And you can get the free version from ManyChat, and you can just set it up so that if someone says, I would like the menu, that you send them the menu immediately. And if someone says, I would like directions, you send them directions. And then if somebody asks a question that the bot can't handle, it will say, would you like to speak to a human? And it will contact you. So please, please, please do one of those things, because what you really don't want is for somebody to engage with you on social media and then not hear back from you in like a week or two. And what happens is the first couple of minutes that they're waiting to hear back from you, they figure, oh, maybe they're not open. Maybe they closed for COVID. I might not be able to go there anymore. And that, even if it only happens once a month, is not worth it.
Lost sales, lost
Right.
sales.
Right. It is just absolutely worth taking a minute to either turn it off or make sure you have someone to engage with it. And so again, to keep things short and sweet, we're at about 5 minutes. That's all I wanted to cover. There's all kinds of cool stuff that we can talk about, but please, this is vital. And I've run into it enough that I think it's probably happening to more people than we had anticipated. So please take care of that.
And think of it like this. The thing as a restaurateur, what we love is either that phone ringing if you're a carry-out place, or that ding that you got an order coming through the online order entry system, or people walking through the door. Think of it as somebody coming through the door wanting to spend money with you. They want to know something. They want to spend money with you. And if you're not enabling that the right way, either turning it on or turning it off, as Brian has pointed out here, it's a lost revenue opportunity. But more importantly, if it's a new guest, and it probably is because they're seeking information, think about if they're not coming in that first time, they're never coming in again. They're not coming in that second or third or fourth time. And you all know what your frequency rate is on your restaurant. Most restaurants are looking for guests every 17 to 21 days, twice a month. You think about that twice a month times 12 is 24 visits, 3 to 4 covers per person at $15 to $25 average. You do the math. That one time is a $700 to $800 loss in revenue. So take care of your business. Get her done. Get it ready. We know we're getting opened up again. This is our NRC Helpful Moment, and that's what we have for today. We'll have another guest next week. But that's it. So long for now, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.